Right here, as I pressure to laugh through all the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We can celebrate your party with you. Come on, celebration. Let's all and have a good time. Celebration. We're gonna celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone, come on. It's your celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Celebrate good times now. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on now. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. Celebrate good times, come on. Celebrate good times, come on. We gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on.
Like a city whose walls are broken through is a person who lacks self control. Proverbs 25:28. Good evening, listeners, and welcome to Scoutcast. Today is Tuesday, September 6th, 2022. Just to let you know, I am really happy to be back with you once again. This show is geared to get all you scouters and scout enthusiasts energized and ready for scouting. The show is for people who want to about something in scouting like orienteering, firelighting, map reading, knife skills, tree identification, bird watching. You don't have to be a scout. Yes, you don't have to be in scouting to learn about it. Yes, it does not matter what age you are, you can learn and do something new anytime in your life. Yes, you can join and share. Anyone can interact. Yes, relate your experience, share your knowledge, and share your story. This is another episode of Scoutcast today. So, for the next hour, 7 to 8, we will be with you. Yes, my listeners, in this episode, our theme will be the new Scout program. I am your host, Skip Jones, and we will be right back with you after this brief message. Stay tuned.
Drinking a bottle of Heaven Flow purified water is like restoring life at the highest standard. Refreshing quality that keeps you hydrated in any weather. Running, walking, or at the office, your best choice for purified drinking water is Heaven Flow. Ah, a piece of heaven. Distributed by Flow Drinking Water, 30 to 32 Red Hills Road, Kingston 10. Call 876 455 4732. Email heavenflow@gmail.com. Visit our website at heavenflowwater.com.
Yes, my listeners, come back. Welcome back to the show. Yes, just to give you an outline of our program in today's show, we're going to start our Scout. We're going to start our program this evening by playing the national anthem, sharing the Scout promise, the Scout law, one law in 10 part, Scout motto, and we will be getting into our feature presentation. Yes, if you're just joining us, you're inside Scoutcast. I am your host, Skip Jones, and I'm with you for the next hour, 7 to 8. We will be sharing with you in another episode of Scoutcast. So, without further ado, let us go straight into the sharing of the national anthem of Jamaica. Stay tuned.
Eternal Father, bless our land. Guide us with thy mighty hand. Keep us free from evil powers. Be our light through countless hours. To our leaders, great defenders, grant true wisdom from above. Justice, fruit be ours forever. Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, 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 land we love. Teach us true respect for all. Stir response to duty's call. Strengthen us the weak to change. Give us visions, let's repent. Knowledge send us, Heavenly Father, grant true wisdom from above. Justice, truth be all forever. Jamaica, land we love. Jamaica, 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 land we love.
Yes, my listeners, so we just shared the national anthem of Jamaica. We're going to go straight into the Scout law and the promise. Yes, let us go into the promise. On my honor, I promise that I will do my best to love and serve God, my country, and the Queen, to help people and to obey the Scout law. The Scout law, one law in 10 parts. A Scout is to be trusted. A Scout is loyal. A Scout is friendly and considerate. A Scout belongs to the worldwide family of Scout. A Scout has courage in all difficulties. A Scout makes good use of time. A scout is careful of possession and all property. A scout has self respect and respect for others. A scout obeys the orders of those in authority. And a scout is clean in thought, word, and deed. Yes, my listeners, and our scout motto this evening is be prepared. And be prepared meaning a scout is always prepared, um, must prepared himself by previous thinking out and practicing how to act on any accident or emergencies so that he's never taken by surprise. Yes, a scout is always endued with the knowledge and action that would warrant the emergency at the time. Yes, so the scout motto, be prepared. So this evening, we are talking today about our scout program, the new scout program. Today being September is the start of the new scout year. Every year, the scout year starts in September, and that is what we are talking about today. So, wherever you are in the world, I am your host, Skip Jones. If you're viewing us live via our Twitter page, Presence Radio at our Twitter angle at Presence Radio. If you're viewing us via our website, listening to us via our website, via our radio mobile app, we just want to say welcome. If you're listening, viewing us via our YouTube page, youtube.com, Presence Radio, we just say welcome, share and like, subscribe. Yes, and give us a nice thumbs up. Yes, give us a nice comment. Share this event with someone, this live show with someone today, and let us know what is happening. Your comment today with us today with Scoutcast. Yes, so it's a beautiful day, and wherever you are in the world, we are here this evening to share with you in another series, episode rather, of Scoutcast. So we're gonna share a song with you. We're all together again. Stay tuned. You're inside Scoutcast. You're live. Skip Jones. You're listening to Presence Radio. Stay tuned. Yes, my listeners, you're live with us on Scoutcast. We're all here again. So
We're all, we're all together again. We're here. We're here. We're all together again. We're here. We're here. And who knows when we'll be all together again, singing all together again. We're here.
We're all together again. We're here. We're here. We're all together again. We're here. We're here.
And who knows when we'll be all together again, singing all together again. We're here. We're all together again. We're here. We're here. We're all together again. We're here. We're here. And who knows when we'll be all together again, singing all together again. We're here.
yes, my listeners. So that is our song, our intro song. We're all together again. It is now 7:15 p.m. in Kingston, Jamaica. Wherever you are in the world, welcome to another episode of Scoutcast. So today, pardon my listeners, pardon. Today we're talking about the Scout program, and we just want to get straight into it because we just want our new scouters, or scout enthusiasts to know what is going to be happening for the program for this year, starting this month. So it is a pleasure to be with you again. And we're talking about, I would like to talk about the a little about the Scout program. It's like a new Scout shirt. You know, when you hold up a Scout shirt, it is blank. Everything, it looks familiar. It just has a basic look, but eventually the shirt, it will start to look different while the Scout wears a shirt. So the Scout uniform has been around for more than 100 years, and you shouldn't see anyone but Scouts wearing Scout uniforms. You can't wear a Scout uniform if you're not a Scout, because it signifies that you're a part of the movement. Each Scout shirt is a bit different. There is a standard, way, a blank shirt that looks, similar, but there are different sizes, different things about the shirt, but all Scout shirts have the same basic shape. But beyond that, there is endless variety. So, thirdly, the Scout shirts are generally decorated on just one side, the outside, the part you show off. Yes. So you would find that the merit badges that are earned by the Scout is going to be worn on the shoulder, the right shoulder. And to start with it, it's a traditional program. So as we talk about the program today, many of the same activities that Scouts enjoy when the Scout founder, Lord Robert Baden-Powell, created the Scouting movement more than a century ago. There are many other things about Scouting that haven't changed much over time. So, such as the Scout law and the Scout oath. So, the Scout program has three aims or purposes that shape the program character development and leadership, mental and physical. So bear this in mind, that the program has not changed really much over time. And we use the example that the shirt is almost similar. It looks the same way, the shirt, the uniform. So Scouts and Scouting, whether a Scout or an adult leader, they also have unique experiences. So everybody's time in Scouting is different. So I want you to understand that it's gonna be different, because if both of us are riding in a car, your experience of riding in a car is gonna be different from mine. A younger person may be very excited and enthused about it, but while an older person or more mature individual would have had many car rides and would maybe not be as excited about the car ride. So I'm just using this typology to demonstrate to you the variety, the differences, the unique way in which everyone appreciate the Scout program. So the program has not changed much, as I say, and in almost endless way, skills and even different political persuasions, but they are all Scouts. So remember that we are from different nationalities. Wherever in the world, we might not share the same political, geopolitical experiences or so, but we have we are all striving towards the same four basic aims in Scouting. So we are looking at the character development, citizen training, leadership, mental and physical fitness. So Scouting is like a Scout shirt, because it has a showy side and a plain side. So we have the right side, as we say, where a Scout will show off his achievements, where he gets earns his badges. Those would be worn on the right side, and the other side will be a little bit, plain. So scouting has a showy side to it and a plain side. So the showy side of the program is what attracts youth. So we are gonna come back to this, and we're gonna talk a little about fun and outdoor adventure, and some little fun and colorful stuff for scouting. And it's now 7:21 p.m. in Kingston, Jamaica, and we will continue. If you're just joining us, you're inside Scoutcast. You're with Skip Jones, and we're in our weekly program, Scoutcast. I am with you this evening between the hour of 7 to 8, and we will be talking today about the Scout program. So we're gonna listen a little song and get back to you. We listened earlier. We are all again, so just bear in mind that we are all together again. So we are gonna share our usual song, "If I Had a Hammer." So if you're just joining us, you're in
Our
that
fire burns low.
Scoutcast.
Let's think about how we can make the world a more peaceful place to live in as we sing the next two songs.
If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. I'd hammer out danger, I'd hammer out a warning, I'd hammer out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. If I had a bell, I'd ring it in the morning, I'd ring it in the evening, all over this land. I'd ring out a danger, I'd ring out a warning, I'd ring out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. If I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, I'd sing it in the evening, all over this land. I'd sing out danger, I'd sing out a warning, I'd sing out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Oh, I've got a hammer, and I've got a bell, and I've got a song to sing all over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, it's a song about love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land.
Yes, indeed. If I had a hammer, one of these popular Scout song. The Hammer song is a song written by Pete Seeger and Lee Hayes. It was written in 1949 in support of the progressive movement and was first recorded by the Weavers, a folk music quartet composed of Seeger, Hayes, Ronnie Gilbert, and Fred Ellerman, and then by Peter Paul and Mary. Yes, if I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. I'd hammer in the evening. Yes, all over the land. I'd hammer out danger. I'd hammer out a warning. I'd hammer out the love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Yes, my listeners. So this music, it just make you feel a little nostalgic. As I said, this was written in support of the progressive movement, and you would have to understand in that time what the progressive movement was to really get the gist of what that description is saying. So if you're just joining us, welcome back. We're inside uh Scoutcast, and I am your host Skip Jones. It is now 7:26 p.m. in Kingston, Jamaica, and we are on the whole matter of the Scout program. And as we say, for each year in September, we start with the program in September. You have new persons coming on. You would have other persons, older scouts, working towards other things, like leadership, mental and physical fitness, character development, and citizen training. So they would be continuing with those things, but you always have new persons joining the movement. And as we say, each year in September, we start with a fresh program we call, for the tenderfoots. Yes, you have the advanced scouts, and then you'd have the tenderfoots. So they're here, and scouting is like, a scout shirt because it has a showy side and a plain side. The showy side of the program is what attracts youth, the fun and outdoor adventure. So scouting, you take the C out of the word scout and you get out. Yes. So that this is the fun stuff, the colorful stuff, the stuff you look at and point at and say, that's cool. So I just want anyone who is listening this even to understand that um, a youngster or the adults like us, we are concerned about the other side. So on the other side, our eyes are not distracted by the colors and designs, by the showy stuff. We look at what the scout shirt, the scouting program is made of. So as the adult leader, should be focused on what the program is about. We can feel the fabric. We see the four aims clearly: character development, citizen training, leadership, and mental and physical fitness. We are glad that the youth are drawn to the colorful stuff on the outside, but what really matters to us is on the inside. So, inside is really the character. So, the Scout program is a character development program that aims to strengthen the youth, and we're gonna, it begs the question, how does this benefit the young, the youth? So we want to come back from this break and say a little bit more about that, because indeed there are inherent benefit that can be derived from the being involved in the Scout program. And remember, we just shared with you the four aims. We talk about the character development, the citizen training, leadership, uh, um, mental and physical fitness. So all of those aims we seek to develop in the youth, but it begs the question: what is in it for the youth? So we are going to share a little bit more of that. It is now 7:30 p.m. in Kingston, Jamaica. So wherever you are in the world and you are listening to us, viewing us via our YouTube page, Presence Radio, or you're viewing us via our Twitter page, you can also share and like, give us a nice comment, subscribe. Remember that when you subscribe, as soon as we are live, you're in the know, you will be at front seat at all the time. And if you're listening to us via our radio mobile app, remember to share with someone else Yes, let them also be able to listen to us on the go from the Google Play Store. And we just want to let you know that this is Scoutcast. You're with your host, Skip Jones, and this is your weekly program, Scoutcast, where we share and talk about the whole matter of scouting. And today we're talking about the Scout program. So we know that people come on and off, and maybe you have just joined. So we're telling you, informing you, highlighting you as to what we have been looking at so far. So we have been talking about the Scout program, and we said that every September, to remember, every September we start out with something fresh in scouting. So we're gonna go to a little song, and we're gonna talk a little about what's what's in it for the youth when we come back. So if you're just joining, you can come back and hear a little bit more on what's it for you. So you may be interested in becoming a scout. So we are gonna share with you. The other day I met a bear. So this is also another popular song. Stay tuned. You're inside Scoutcast. We'll be right back with you after this song.
The other day, I met a bear. I met a bear. A bear. A bear. A great big bear. Great big bear. The other day, I met a bear. A great big bear away up there. He looked at me. He looked at me. I looked at him. I looked at him. He sized up me. He sized up me. I sized up him. I sized up him. He looked at me. I looked at him. He sized up me. I sized up him. He said to me. He said to me. Why don't you run? Why don't you run? I see you don't. I see you don't have any gun. Have any gun. He said to me. Why don't you run? I see you don't have any gun. And so I ran. And so I ran away from there. Away from there. And right behind. And right behind me was that bear. He was that bear. And so I ran away from there. And right behind me was that bear. Ahead of me, I saw a tree. I saw a tree, a great big tree, a great big tree. Oh golly gee, oh golly gee. Ahead of me, I saw a tree, a great big tree. Oh golly gee. Oh, 10 feet up, was 10 feet up. I had to jump. I had to trust my luck and trust my luck. The lowest branch was 10 feet up. I had to jump and trust my luck. And so I jumped, into the air, and missed that branch, away up there, And so I jumped into the air, and missed that branch away up there. Now don't you fret, and don't you frown, I caught that branch, on the way back down, Now don't you fret, and don't you frown, I caught that branch on the way back down. That's all there is. There is no more. Until I meet. That bear once more. That's all there is. There is no more. Until I meet that bear once more. The end. 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 This time it really is the end.
Yes, indeed. That's the another popular song. I met a bear. Yes. So this song is also a favorite song that is sung by Scout right over the world. It depicts the danger that might be involved while we're interacting with nature. You have beer, you have all different animals out there. But here's a scout outlining his experience he has had with meeting up with a bear. Yes, and oftentimes wildlife we're told to take care of wildlife. So the scout is depicting what happened with his encounter with a bear. So it's a popular song that is sung by scouts all over the world. And today we're talking about the scout program. And we just want to outline that the mission of scouting, the mission of a scout association is to develop good citizenship among boys or girls. Yes, we aim to form their character, training them in habits of observation, obedience, and self reliance, including loyalty and thoughtfulness for others, teaching them services useful to the country and skills useful to themselves, thus promising scouting history's four main objectives. So, when we talk about these, we are looking at the four development objectives: the spiritual, the physical, the social, and the mental. So we know that the values we strive to instill are based on these found in the Scout Law and the Promise. So, what's in it for the youth? And that is what we are seeking to address this evening in our show, our presentation. And we just want to let you know that young people, young people get opportunity to practice, practice, and practice. So they will be the young people might want to um, practice these things. They get familiar with different skills that they may encounter. They get the opportunity to lead. They get the opportunity to help others, and be of tremendous benefit to their country by offering voluntary service to persons, helping the sick, helping someone who might be physically incapacitated, like maybe a boy who might not be able to walk, or help him or herself, but because they are a scout, they know they are to give help or provide a duty to others. Yes, so service is a big part about scouting. So we know that scouting really will tell the everyday expectations of what scouting is all about. So what a scout does, as soon as they learn something, they get an opportunity to explore and practice these skills. So like hiking, a scout will get to use observation skills. So while hiking, the scout will be practicing observation skills. What are some things to look for when walking in on a trail, not in on a trail, camping, how the skills they demonstrate while camping, the various things they do, the do's and the don't for camping, cooking. um they have to cook their meals, they have to cook for their patrol, they have to live together for the duration of the camp, and someone may get injured, so they have to practice first aid. First aid is the first assistance rendered to an injured or someone who might suddenly fall ill. So they would have to practice these skills, rendering assistance to them until some professional help can be had, or the person can be taken somewhere where they can get real professional help. So in the interim, the scout is expected to render some assistance. And we talk about citizenship. As citizenship, you help others, and you help persons who are not able to. You keep your country clean. showing civic pride, you know, paying allegiance to your national flag and all of that. So, saluting your flag, and when you and the do's and don'ts for treating and handling your national flag, that fabric that symbolizes your national pride. Yes, and nutrition, health, and fitness. So these attributes are very important to a scout. So all youths have an incredible number of activities that they can pursue in scouting. So all kinds of sports, music lessons, and all of these activities, they are great, but none of them have in one place the fun and challenge that scouting offers. So youth might be involved in various activities, maybe just playing some football every day after school, but nothing takes away the real fun and challenge that scouting offers. And I'm saying this without taking nothing away from outdoor activities in general, but the Scout program is so focused and well directed that the aims in scouting are always met. So our kids also have incredible number of distractions, as we would agree today. We have video games, we have cell phones, we have text messages, movies, and hundreds of um TV channels on the various networks. So, but we are now telling you that the Scout, we offer the Scout the chance to swap a few hours of those things for this, which is the Scout program. So, just putting aside those things and having the real fun and challenge that scouting lends itself. So, what is in it for you? So, it could be easily understood that something is in it for you, and we're going to come back and talk a little bit about what it is in it for you. It is now 7:43 p.m. in Kingston, Jamaica, wherever you are in the world. We just welcome you. If you're just joining us, you're inside Scoutcast. This is another weekly program for you. We just listened to I Met a Bear. I Met a Bear, and we want to share this other song. I found a peanut. So I want to um share that song with you. I found a peanut, another popular scout song, and we hope time will allow us to share with you the Ant song. Ants go marching. I found a peanut. So if you're just joining us, you're inside Scoutcast. I am your host, Skipper Jones. So this is not
Found a peanut, found a peanut, found a peanut just now. Just now I found a peanut just now. Cracked it open, cracked it open, cracked it open just now. Just now I cracked it open just now. It was rotten, it was rotten, it was rotten just now. Just now it was rotten, it was rotten just now. Ate it anyway, ate it anyway, ate it anyway just now. Just now I ate it anyway just now. Got a stomachache, got a stomachache, got a stomachache just now. Just now I got a stomachache just now. Call the doctor, call the doctor, call the doctor just now. Just now I called the doctor just now.
celebration just now. Died anyway, died anyway, died anyway just now. Just now I died anyway, died anyway just now. Was a dream, was a dream, was a dream just now. Just now it was a dream, was a dream just now. Then I woke up, then I woke up, I woke up just now. Just now I woke up just now. Found a peanut, found a peanut, found a peanut just now. Just now I found a peanut just now.
Yes, indeed. That's another Scout song, Found a Peanut. Yes, this is an infamous Scout song that depicts and speaks of the danger involved in actually putting foreign matters in your mouth, and you know what can follow thereafter. And it depicts being dead and going to heaven or the other way, which we describe as hell, heaven or hell. So when they died, went to heaven, heaven didn't want them. They were sent back, you know, and all that subsists thereafter. So it's an infamous song that is sung by scouters to remind them of the danger involved in putting foreign matters in their mouth. Look at a peanut rotten, with a lot of germ, germ getting in your system can end up dying or harming your health. So, today, if you're just joining us, you're inside Scoutcast. We are getting closer to the end of the show. It is really a pleasure sharing with you this evening on the whole matter of the Scout program. And it begs the question we were asking, what is it in it? What's in it for me? So, have you ever asked yourself, what would I like my youth to grow up to be? So, you know, maybe you think in terms of career. Most parents would want their child to become a doctor, a big movie star, or, a teacher, or maybe a prime minister along the way. But maybe you think in terms of what you want them to have: lots of money, nice family, and happiness. Those are all wonderful hopes for your youth. But have you ever thought about the kind of person you want them to be? Imagine your youth walking down the street 30 years from now. When people see them, they will say things like, there goes so and so who's really been a good friend to me. Or there's so and so who I can always count on. Or there's so and so you will never find a better person. So, I'd really like us to look at the whole thing that scouting really aims to develop the character of the youth, of the individual. So we want young people to understand, we want parents to understand, if you're a parent and you might never had your child involved in a youth program like the Scout program, it can, it can bring in them the ability to develop trustworthiness, loyalty, helpfulness, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. So you may be thinking that Scout program is just about running up and about. So if you're asking yourself, why should we get involved with Scouts? Think about what you did like your youth to be when they grow up, and think about what these 12 words may bring. Yes, so we just share them with you. Trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, reverent. So those 12 words speaks to the character. So finally, you may recall that we are talking about the Scout program, and we saying that the Scout program has four aims or purposes: character, citizenship training, leadership, and mental and physical. Yes. So what makes scouting unique is that it has 8 methods it used to achieve those aims. Those 8 methods define scouting and show how it is different from other programs. So we may talk next week when we meet about the patrol method, the outdoor programs, the advancements, and other things, personal growths, leadership. You know, we share this evening about the uniform and aspects, the showy part of the uniform and the outside, the one side of the uniform that depicts the plain side of scouting and the other that depict the showy side. So I would like to come back to this next week as we talk about these aspects. We are now 8 minutes to the end of the show. And as I mentioned before, it is different up from the Cub Scouting program, and it is different from the way a lot of youth activities are run. So where adults decide what to do and the youth do, scouting is different. It is sometimes difficult for adults to realize that we have a different role and a different goal. So bear this in mind, that scouting is a youth-led program. We just facilitate and help the youth to do the things they love and do best. So this has been another series of Scoutcast. We are about 7 minutes away, and we're gonna share the song as promised. This song is the Ants Go Marching. We don't know if time will allow us, but we're gonna share that song. And remember, we're inside Scoutcast. I am your host, Skip Jones. So the ants go marching as we get closer to the end of the show. So we have invited you to join us next week for some pretty interesting stuff as we delve a little more into the Scout program. Go marching.
The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching one by one. The little one stops to suck his thumb, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. The ants go marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 2 by 2, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 2 by 2. The little one stops to tie his shoe, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, 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 boom. Ants go marching 3 by 3, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 3 by 3, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 3 by 3. The little one stops to climb a tree, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. The ants go marching 4 by 4, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 4 by 4, hurrah, hurrah. 4x4, the little one stops to shut the door, and they all go marching down to the ground. Get the rain. Boom, 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 boom. The ants go marching 5x5, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 5x5, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 5x5. The little one stops to take a dive, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. The ants go marching 6x6, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 6x6, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 6x6. The little one stops to pick up sticks, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. The ants go marching 7x7, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 7x7, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 7x7. The little one stops to pray to heaven. They all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. The ants go marching 8x8, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 8x8, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 8x8. The little one stops to roller skate, and they all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. The ants go marching 9x9, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 9x9, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 9x9. The little ones have to check the time. They all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, 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 boom. The ants go marching 10x10, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 10x10, hurrah, hurrah. The ants go marching 10x10. The little ones have to shout. They all go marching down to the ground to get out of the rain. Boom, 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 boom.
Yes, indeed. So that is the marching. Yes, my listeners, come to the end of another episode of Scoutcast, and we are gonna invite you to join us next week as we continue with this presentation, the Scout program, and we hope you learn a lot and enjoyed. We hope that you send us your messages, your interaction with us. If you're viewing us live via our website, our Facebook, our YouTube page, or our Twitter page. So remember, you can interact with us. So we invite you to join us next week as we continue on the whole matter of Scoutcast. I was your host, Skip Jones. It was indeed a pleasure as we invite you to join us next week, Tuesday, same time, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern. Tell someone about this, share and like our pages. Yes, as we go out with the song Celebration. Have a blessed one. Peace out.
Things are going all right here.
All night, right here on your one and only station.
Thank you for always tuning in.
The better sound presence radio.